shall we get into it? No time for mercy. This will be a dramatic reading. All voices will be dramatic. No Time for Mercy is a visual novel that is not suitable for children under 16 or for people that are easily disturbed. This game touches on many topics that can be potentially upsetting or triggering to some. These topics include death, blood, gore, violence, grieving, depression, animal abuse, death, body horror, vomiting, cannibalism. Good. If it doesn't have long pick, I don't want to play it. Phoenix! Blood and gore and death and all sorts of eating other people as you give them great beatings, da-da-da-da-da-da, and some killings. These are a few of my favorite things. I could probably make it pretty good. Anyway. It's not unthinkable to believe that, after 6 months, Victoria would have healed at least a little bit from Naomi's disappearance. Yet, here she stands now, with her head in her hands and wishing with all she had in her that Naomi was still here. I could, Phoenix, I could. Hey, Chevy, how you doing? The plot of Sweeney Todd. No, I'm Otaku. Victoria isn't exactly too sure why Ma got it in her head that she should spend her summer break working at the shop, but it wasn't like she had any way to fight or say no. After all, it was the shop the family had for generations. It was only fair she went through what was essentially the, I hope I'm saying this right, Huang jury duty. Besides, it was probably for her own good, right? Actually, hold on a second. Oh, the volume went way back up. That was weird. I totally adjusted all this before I started, so that's weird. Okay. Besides, it was probably for her own good, right? She'd holed herself up away in her room all winter and spring. Maybe it was better to get out and talk to people instead of wallowing in her own misery. Cool. So here she is now, leaning on her elbows behind the checkout counter and scrubbing her face with her hands. Victoria's used to waking up before dawn because of school and all that, but she'd been hoping to catch up on some rest during the summer. At least when school was in, she didn't have to work late into the night. Welcome to the Huang convenience store. How can I help you? Despite being half convinced she's hearing things, Victoria mutters the oh-so-familiar greeting under her breath so she doesn't have to go insane listening to the same 13 songs played on the store's tinny speakers. Yes, 13. She counted. If Naomi was in the store with her, she'd probably have a much better time. They could laugh and converse and let the hours away without any customers fly by. Or at least until Ma kicks Naomi out. I miss you so much. No. Victoria shouldn't think those things. This cashier thing was exactly to take her mind off of it. Ma had already put her foot down 2 months ago and made Victoria take down the missing persons posters for Naomi anyway. Speaking of Ma. Stand up straight. The customers don't want to see you slouching. Ma's black shoes clack across the dirty gray linoleum floors as she makes her way to the counter. Victoria can already feel her glare. Blah, 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 blah. The lips, the mouth, the tip of the tongue. This is going to be one of those nights where I'm going to be murdering the script because I'm not ready for this. Honestly, this should be water, but whatever. She frowns behind her hands, but nevertheless does what she's told. That's a nice touch. That when she stops slouching, the sprite moves up. Draping her arms back down to her side and straightening her spine, she switches back to her native tongue of Mandarin Chinese to speak to Ma. Sorry. No one will have an accent unless they're white. I'm just telling you that right now. I'll do white people accents till the cows come home, but I will not be canceled over trying to do any other accents. You've been doing this for 3 weeks. You should know better by now. Unsure of what to say, she simply repeats her previous statement. Sorry. Ma's expression softens a smidgen when she sees the exhaustion behind Victoria's eyes. Just don't look like a slob, okay? Okay. With that, she turns her back on the girl and grabs a large cardboard box filled with bags of potato chips. And there Ma goes, her footsteps ringing in Victoria's ears as she stacks the bags on empty shelves. Honey nut, oh no. I'm gonna be murdered. No, tonight I die! Who will do it? She watches her leave before turning her attention to the glass windows to the left of her. It's late at night now, but Victoria still has a few hours left on her shift. Victoria stands there and stares down at the counter for what feels like this is child exploiting! Kids aren't supposed to work past a certain time! Nice, Phoenix. Awesome. You should. Yes. She hopes that no one else comes through those doors if she's lucky. Ma would let her lock up early. Early nights are always the best. Actually, hold on a second before I begin. Okay, I'll just leave that at that. Okay. Ma's phone buzzes in her pocket. Slipping it out, she squints at the screen and tries to scrunch up her lips in the way that she always does when she's upset. Victoria leans over the counter and calls out. Ma? What's wrong? I'm heading out. Benji says the car broke down in front of the physical therapy building. Yoon will keep an eye on you. Okay. Be safe. As she watches Ma scurry out the door, Victoria folds her arms on the counter and rests her chin on them. Dad's foot is finally starting to heal a bit after breaking it a month ago, but progress is slow. And once again, Victoria is more or less left alone in the store. With bated breath, she waits a moment to see if Ma is going to pop back in. After she decides that Ma's definitely gone, she reaches into her jeans pocket and pulls out a worn-out photograph. I wish we could go back to these days. We were so happy then, both of us. Both Naomi and Victoria had been about 10 years old when the photo was taken. They stood together, carefree and full of joy, with the local fair a town over as their scenery. I believe Trinket did this alone. I don't think Trinket's here anymore, but yeah, I believe that she did it all on her own. Back then, Victoria's yearning for adventure burned its brightest. Though neither girl could go far, part of the fun was finding mystery and secrets within the ordinary world they lived in. Familiar pangs of loneliness wash over her, and from the top of her head to her toenails. It takes everything she has not to weep. It's been It's been 6 months since Naomi's disappearance, and the pain hasn't gotten any easier to deal with. The photograph slips from between her fingertips and drops to the tiled floor. She kneels down, back turned away from the counter. Victoria frowns as she reaches down. She curses to herself as the shop's doorbell jingles. Welcome to Huang's convenience store. I'll be up in a bit. Okay. She freezes in place, fingers half curled towards the photo. Victoria sucks in a breath at the familiar lilt of the girl's voice. A voice that she thought she would never hear again. Huh? After the moment of shock passes her by, Victoria stands up quickly and takes in the side of the person that had just walked in. Gray eyes meet blue. The fluorescent lights that hang above their heads shines a ring of light on top of Naomi's hair. There she is. Naomi Liu, her best friend since first grade, standing there in the flesh again. Holy fucking shit! Liu? Without so much as a second thought, she vaults herself over the countertop and wraps Naomi in a tight hug. Victoria can't stop the tears from pouring down her face, staining the shoulder of Naomi's blouse. I missed you. I missed you so much. Eventually, Naomi embraces Victoria as well. Who the fuck are you? I missed you too. But is it really you? Yeah, it's me. It's Vic. Lou, I missed you so much. Wait. Which one's which? Okay, yeah, she's okay. Where have you been? Naomi, I've been worried sick about you. What happened? Where did you go? We've had countless search parties going for you and your mom. Do you know how worried we've all been? Oh, Lou. Naomi glances downward, unable to meet Victoria's gaze. I don't know if I'm saying it right either, but I'm trying. I'm sorry for making you worry. I know you're mad at me for disappearing like that. Like a stake to the heart, Naomi's words pierced straight through Victoria. Before she could crush her best friend's ribs, Victoria lets go of Naomi, instead placing one hand on her shoulder. With her free hand, she wipes the tears off her cheeks the best she can. No, Lou. I'm not mad. I'm really not. I'm just glad you're all right, but you know what? Let's talk about this over some food. Have you eaten yet? Not in a while, no. Yeah, I'm getting you some food. Come on, go sit over there. I'll get some noodles. Okay. Happy continuing holidays! She leans on the counter as Victoria rushes to the break room and throws a large glass measuring cup full of water into the microwave. Yanking 2 cups of dried instant noodles out from the cupboard. She'd gotten the bright idea a few weeks ago to keep some containers in the break room for late nights like these. Dora! No. When the water boils and she pours it into the noodle cups, Victoria marches... when the water boils, she pours it into the noodle cups. Victoria marches her way over to Naomi and plops down her cup in front of her with triumph. Here, it's your favorite flavor. Naomi nods in response. People? She picks up her chopsticks and starts to stuff noodles into her mouth. When she does, she coughs and sucks in a breath. That's spicy. After a moment, though, Naomi recovers from her initial shock and continues to devour her food. Victoria wonders when was the last time she ate. The way she's going now, Naomi acted like she'd been starved for days. Good lord, Obsidian, that's insane. But Victoria doesn't open hers yet, instead staring intently at Naomi. That's how I'm imagining it. She looks healthier at least. That's good, but... She couldn't shake her last mental image of Naomi out of her head. The Naomi that was almost deathly pale and hadn't slept in literal days. The shaking, the rambling, and... No, new beginnings. No more thinking of the past. That's right. Deciding to focus on the good, Victoria takes in the new side of her. Her cheeks really do look fuller, the light in her eyes is back, and for a brief moment Victoria almost forgets how harsh the year has been to her. Almost. Naomi meets her gaze. She swallows a piece of shrimp and tilts her head. What's the matter? What can I say to that? Where's your mom? Did she say anything about where her mom was? I don't remember seeing her car in the driveway earlier today, but she's got to be with Naomi, right? Hey, where's your mom at? Is she going to come to the store too? Naomi pauses and blinks, looking down at her skirt. A brief silence fills the air around the duo before she speaks up again. She's... out. Mom has to finalize some things really quick and all that. Well, that was one question answered, but at the same time, 5 more pop up in Victoria's head from such a vague answer. Finalize... What's going on? Lou, you're not making any sense. Oh, I didn't tell you. Sorry. I'm leaving again. Soon. The fuck? What? Yeah, my mom's been planning it for a while. She does not meet Victoria's gaze and instead stares into her food, though she doesn't eat anymore. We just can't live here anymore, you know? Everything's been so rough for her lately, and she's been doing so much better with our relatives. So, we're moving. Victoria doesn't even know what to say anymore. Lou, this is... I don't know. This just feels all so sudden. I know, I'm sorry. Everything's crashing down around in her mind. In 20 minutes, she felt a joy unlike anything else at the reappearance of her best friend, only to have it ripped away from her. Like watching a handful of sand pour out from between her fingertips. So are the days of our lives! Victoria could only feel Naomi slipping away from her all over again. There's nothing she can do to stop it. I'll be leaving again in a week. Tora, it's also from a soap opera. Like sand from an hourglass, so are the days of our... and then it goes into the cheesy opening. And that's it? After that, you're gonna drop off the face of the earth again? I hate to say it, but going off the grid was really good for both of us. It's not anything against you, really. Maybe I'll be able to keep in touch with you this time. Maybe not. We really don't know. Victoria opens her mouth but can't find the words to respond. As if a hand reached out and squeezed her vocal cords shut, she's forced into a silence that fills her lungs. Mom said to say my goodbyes for the week, so here I am. It's pretty late. I think my mom wants to be back by now. Maybe I'll drop by tomorrow, okay? I guess? I'll be working at the shop, so I might not be able to hang out too much. That's okay, I don't mind. Before Victoria has time to process everything, Naomi pushes her half-empty cup of noodles towards her. Do you want the rest? But it's your favorite. I got it just for you. Thank you, but it's a bit too spicy for me.
That's not Naomi.
Wait a second, huh? The mention of spices being too much makes her stop dead in her tracks. Victoria stares at Naomi with an overwhelming confusion as the dark-haired girl stands up and waves goodbye. I like how it was blue. With that, Naomi opens the glass door and vanishes into the sopping, humid night. Hey, Falcon. This isn't right. She loves spicy food. Naomi would... She'd never say something was too spicy. Everything is normal! Her reflection in the orange-red broth mirrors naught but a heartbroken and bewildered girl. Anguish paves way to a gnawing horror in her brain. Something is wrong. Something... She really didn't want to believe it, but something is horribly wrong, and she doesn't know what. Everything felt off, no matter how many times she thinks about it. Strange thoughts begin to swirl in her head. They're terrible and gross and feel alien to her, like rusted gears turning for the first time in years. What happened to you? Act 1. Nothing is wrong with Naomi Lou. Damn. Kind of like that. Game is now automatically saved. Day 1. Naomi. To say Victoria is dead tired is an understatement. The girl barely slept that night after being freed from her duties at the shop. When she wasn't tossing and turning in her bed, she'd been throwing her closet door open and tossing shoebox lids to the floor to sift through old journals. Everything is totally fine. Despite having been best friends for almost 10 years, Victoria couldn't trust her own memory. But sure enough, there were dozens of entries that mentioned Naomi's love of spicy food. When they were both 12, Victoria recounted the time she watched in awe as Naomi scarfed down a hot and sour fish soup that was so spicy Victoria cried. That time was when Naomi was 13. She'd been sick as a dog, as all she wanted was miso soup doused in chili oil. If Victoria looked further, she's sure she'd find so much more. The only place where she can't bear to look is the dog-eared spiral notebook laid on top of Naomi's stuff she'd boxed up. Still, Victoria knows it had only confirmed what she remembered. To see Naomi outright say something was too spicy was wrong. Oh, good morning, Victoria. Blinking hard to wake herself up, Victoria cranes her head up from the countertop. Their security guard, a family friend in their 50s named Yoon, gives her a warm smile. She returns the gesture after a large yawn. He's gonna die. I'm calling you now, this man will die! Good morning, Yoon. Hey, what's the matter? You look tired. Did you not sleep well? No, not really. I couldn't get to sleep last night. I'm sorry to hear. I'm going to make some coffee. Do you want some? Yeah, actually, that'd be great. Victoria leans on her elbows and watches Yoon start brewing 2 cups at the coffee station, right by the checkout counter. It's a bit old and worn down, but it's still chugging along just fine. Eventually, he places a paper cup of the steaming hot beverage on the counter in front of her. Victoria picks it up in one hand, looking down at her reflection. The face of the same grieving girl in the soup greets her. Hey, Yoon? Yes? What do you do if your friends change? I miss Naomi. Why do I feel like something's wrong? Sorry, it's nothing. Okay. I'm blind picking. I'm just going with my gut on this one. We're gonna see what ending we get with my gut feelings. What do you do if your friends changed? She thinks for a moment and speaks again. Even still, she can't find the words to truly describe her situation. Like, I don't know, like they're just completely different from what you used to know. Something you've known about them your whole life gets upended and you don't know what to do about it? The kind of thing that makes you think something's wrong. Honey nut. I'm not making sense, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about any of this and I don't know who to ask. Is it about one of your friends at school? Yeah, in a way. Well, sometimes people change over time. There's nothing you can do about it, but you didn't do anything wrong to cause it. It's a part of life, I guess. It's normal, but I know it hurts. Thanks, at least. Of course. Ah, geez, here comes your mother. He leans away from Victoria, and to be honest, she's not exactly ready to be alone yet. There's a gnawing rock of dread in her stomach, but Victoria tries to ignore it the best she can. Ma's apron is clean and free of any dust or stains. She starts to shout in English, unlike last night. Alright, look alive, everyone. Store's about to open. Hey, wait, where's Benji? Don't rush him. He'll be here in a few minutes. He's taking his father to the personal therapy building again. That poor boy just doesn't know when to stop, does he? I told you he didn't have to pick up shifts at the store. Summer break is for resting, but y'all should have seen how determined he was to help out. Oh, good. It's the golden child. Summer break's for resting my ass. You didn't give me the same courtesy. Victoria wanted to believe that her older brother Benjamin was only getting special treatment because he was in college now, a really good one too, if she remembers right, but she knew the truth. Ma's extra cooing and fawning over Benjamin has always been the norm for Victoria's life. She sighs deep and glances away. Hey, I'm here, sorry. Benjamin barrels through the glass doors, the bells jingling loud in the room. This man is going to be eaten. Cannibalism was one of the warning things. Benji is going to be eaten. Can I punch Mother now? He blinks multiple times to clear the dreariness out of his eyes, though Victoria knows he's just sleepy. Not tired, not like she is. Phoenix! Oh, there you are. Oh, my sweet little Benji. You look so handsome in your uniform. Exactly! He's too adorable to live! Whereas Yoon is just gonna be, you know, victim of happenstance #1, possibly. And who knows how Mom's gonna fall into it, but I don't know. I don't even know how it's gonna happen yet. I just know that Naomi's fucked up. Something's gonna happen. Aww. Benjamin starts to lightly shoo Ma away from him as she reaches up to fix his collar. Victoria stares down at the counter and makes a mental note to scrub off the energy drink stains later. There she goes again. Oh, leave him alone. He's not a boy anymore, you know? Oh, I know. But it still feels like yesterday I was holding him in my arms as a little baby. Look at him now, all grown up. Soon enough, he's going to own this whole store. Yeah, I guess. Look at Victoria, though. She looks pretty good today, too. Not the compliment you want to hear from a man in his 50s to a girl who's 15. I guess so. Ma glances at Victoria and looks away. Benjamin leans over Ma's head and flashes a sympathetic look to her. It doesn't really help, but it's nice to know he's not the only one who thinks it sucks. Great. She's more or less used to it now. Phoenix, right. Alright, everyone to your spots. We're opening. Right. Make way, Bean Brain. Victoria steps to the left as Benjamin vaults himself over the convenience store counter, plops down on the other cash register. It took you long enough. Yeah, I know. Sorry about Ma again. It's fine. Why are you on the register? I thought Ma wanted you to stock the shelves. Nah, that's in a few days. Right now she wants me to build experience on the cashier side, and then I'm doing more stuff in the coming weeks. I know, right? But it's also a very, very cultural thing. Like, when you have a family business, it's all about the family. Like, family has to help, but then also, usually firstborn sons are kind of favored, too. And not just in Asian cultures, in a lot of different cultures. It's probably because of his shoulder, Victoria thinks. Ma has a bad habit of babying Benjamin because one of his shoulders is weaker than the other and gets sore easier. Even after you told her it's only a little bit of pain here and there, she acts like he's some fragile baby bird who could keel over without her coddling. Lucky, I'm stuck here. Dora! Sheesh. I'll talk to her about it, okay? Don't worry about it. It's not worth the fight. Alright. And with that, the workday begins on another humid summer morning. Victoria's head swirls with questions that may never get an answer as long as she's here. Falcon. She falls into a comfortable rhythm for a while, long enough to take her mind off of last night. Greet people, make small talk, scan their stuff, hand over receipts, thank them, watch them leave, lather, rinse, repeat. Until... don't look now, here comes Esther. Oh, goody. Victoria holds back her urge to frown as the girl stomps her way up to Victoria's cash register. These days, she's found herself growing more and more irritated by the girl's presence. Wherever Esther goes, trouble and gossip usually follows. Good morning, Vic! Sure is morning, all right. Esther hauls a large bag of hard strawberry candies onto the counter while fiddling with her phone in the other hand. So, have you heard the news about Naomi? Yes, I swear. Victoria turns her mental attention towards stopping herself from wrangling Esther out of the store. Ma already yelled at her last time she tried it. No, listen. So I was with the quilting club yesterday, and the aunties and I think Naomi's mom, Cassandra, is a drug lord. Really now? Uh-huh. My Uma says that what happened is that the feds were on her because of the accident, so she took Naomi and ran. I'm gonna press indirectly. And where'd she hear that from? Well, she heard it from my auntie, who's a few states away, who heard it from... So basically, you heard all this maybe third-handed from someone who barely even knows Cassandra and Naomi? I mean, it wasn't even in the state they went missing. Yeah. S, you gotta learn to get your gossip from more reliable sources. Vic Cooley, you'll get in trouble again. No, let her spew. I'm out of here anyway. Keep the change. I don't want a receipt or a bag. Cheeks puffed out in indignation, Esther throws a paper dill down on the counter and snatches the candy bag up before storming out of the store. Vic, sorry, she just pisses me off. I know, but you can't antagonize customers. Ma's footsteps become more and more audible to Victoria. She sprints over to the cashier section, focused directly on Benjamin. She starts speaking in Mandarin so quickly even Victoria is struggling to make out what she's saying. Benjamin, dear, I'm so sorry, but I need some help here. Huh? What's going on? I'm a little in over my head here. Can you please just step out and help me carry in a delivery real quick? Victoria pauses as her hand hovers over the cash register. We have a delivery today? Of what? Sure, okay. With a pat on the shoulder and a low, sorry, Vic, whispered to her, Benjamin tightens the springs of his apron and follows behind Ma. Her pace is rather urgent. Relatable, Victoria, relatable. The store usually gets their stock on Tuesdays, doesn't it? So they've still got at least 4 more days until a delivery comes in. What was that all about? But Victoria can't question it for much longer as the bell above the door begins to ring. When she looks up, she's greeted by the face of Naomi again. You really came back? Of course I did, just like I said. Right, of course. I can't go on break just yet. Ah, jeez, I'm getting the hiccups, oh god. Delivery of death! Benji's helping out Ma, but we can hang out for a bit, okay? And then maybe once I get off my shift, you could drop over for dinner with us. No! She jolts at the tone behind Naomi's voice. She sounds almost angry? Vic, can you do me a favor? Please don't tell anyone I was here. Let's keep it a secret between you and me. Huh? She seems pretty serious about it, but maybe I can reason with her? Yeah, why? Or not even Ben, yeah. Not even Benji? What do you mean? Benji would love to see you again. I mean, you came to see me, why not my brother? Hell, I'm sure Yukino from our history class would be happy to see you too. She liked you. She's not like Esther either. She wouldn't tell anyone if you didn't want that. Why me only? All I want is to see you for a few days is all. Just you and no one else. Separated from everything else Victoria's been thinking about for the past day, she likes to think that she would have been flattered. After all, her best friend only wanted to see her before disappearing for what may be forever. You act like I'm an experiment or something, and like throwing someone else in the mix will screw it up. The look on Naomi's face makes her regret the words as they pass her tongue. I am? Sorry, that's weird to say, isn't it? It's just a lot for me to think about right now. I'll stop. Just as quickly as she tried to pry further, Victoria is shut down without so much as a second thought. She looks back down at the counter she's standing behind. The wall that was built between the two girls sure feels a lot taller than these measly 3 feet. Finding her own weight too difficult to support, she rests herself on the marble. Victoria turns her attention to the news, where Naomi is watching a segment with unusual focus. This morning, the body of a deceased male was found along the I-70 highway south of Bridge Creek, Maryland, according to the police. Until DNA testing has been done, the victim is currently unable to be identified. Police are asking for help in identifying the voice of an unknown caller, presumably female, who called 911 to report his body. Please be warned, though, that some viewers may find this audio disturbing. 911, what's your emergency? The man on the road made for a filling meal. His remnants can be discovered at the side of I-70 highway. Can you elaborate? I consumed his organs after I killed him. All that's left is his skin and his bones. Reports say the call had come from the victim's phone. Long pig. Every time I turn on the news, I'm scared to see your face next. That they wanted help finding your killer. Falcon. I'm sorry for worrying you so much. Lou, stop apologizing, you're fine. Despite the conversation, Naomi's eyes don't break away from the screen. Fascination lines her expression in the way Victoria has never seen before. It's almost eerie. If he had been like this before the accident, hell, even before her disappearance, Victoria would have brushed it off. Make a book out of this kid in one! But now? What's wrong with you? What's with you right now? You never liked true crime or things like that sort. So what's got you so glued to this? Oh, nothing. Just thinking is all. About what?
My next meal.
Isn't it funny how easy it is to kill someone and not get caught? I'm sorry, what? Bitch, I don't think funny is the word I'd use. Seriously, no one saw anything, no fingerprints, no eyewitnesses, not even any dash cam footage. If it wasn't for that call, I bet they wouldn't have found him until weeks later. Lou? And they don't even know who called. I bet they never will. Voices are hard to identify after all. The dull pain at the cutter's edge digging into her side is what alerts Victoria to the fact she's leaning away from Naomi. Lou, you're starting to scare me. Oh, sorry. Just reminiscing. What was that all about? Is it from the trauma? She started spiraling after the accident. I almost understand, but this doesn't feel right. I should go. It's starting to get late. Already? Yeah. But you just got here. Can't you stay a little longer? I really do miss you, and it's been months since you left. I'll come back tomorrow. Remember what we talked about earlier today. She knows what Naomi is talking about. Don't tell anyone about her. Simple as that. Sorry, bitch. You're talking about getting away with murder. I'm at least telling Benji. Which will get him killed. Even though Victoria displays a soft smile on her face and waves Naomi goodbye, her mind continues to boil over. The last flash of Naomi's dark hair disappears from Victoria's vision right as Benjamin returns to his spot. His eyebrows are furrowed, mouth pulled into a strange, closed-lipped grimace. You okay? Weirdest thing happened. Ma said she needed my help stacking stuff that just came in, but when she brought me into the usual pickup spot, she disappeared. What? Like, vanish in front of you? Oh, not like that. She went around the corner and poof, couldn't find her anywhere. I looked everywhere for her, so that's why it took me so long. What? Is she okay? Did you find her? What do you think happened? I couldn't. I don't know where she went. Give me a second and I'll... Victoria, don't distract your brother. Speak of the devil. Ma, what happened? Where'd you go? What do you mean, where'd I go? Benji, silly, I've been in the manager's office. You know that. Skinwalkers! That's what they are! Usually they take the form of their victim, but, that's my guess. Shape-shifting skinwalkers. But I saw you. Victoria tunes out the conversation of Benjamin as Benjamin follows Ma and switches to Mandarin to try and hash out in hushed voices. She's already got enough to think about tonight. Oh, my nose is itching, sorry. At least Ma's okay, but what happened? Chewing on the inside of her mouth, Victoria makes up her mind. Naomi's insistence of staying under the radar only spurs her on. Tomorrow morning, she'll figure out what the rest of the Bridge Creek has seen regarding Naomi. Or the rest of Bridge Creek. If they've seen her. When an exhausted Victoria crawls into bed that night, she sees Naomi again in her dreams. They were sitting together on the roof of the store, like when they were children. The building was old, so Victoria and her family always lived on the floor above the convenience store. The stars have been so beautiful in her dream. For a brief moment, Victoria feels as if she's finally at peace. It's not an emotion that she has been able to experience lately, so even the most fleeting seconds she welcomes with open arms. Naomi's enraptured by the stars, how they dance and glimmer under the night sky with infinite stories that would never be told. She doesn't look away from the sky when Naomi starts to speak to Victoria. Did you miss me? Yes, every day. I missed you too. Hey, Lou? Yeah? Am I going crazy? Am I seeing things when they aren't really there? About how you've been acting today, is it really you? Something isn't right, but I don't know what.
Keep looking.
Huh? What am I supposed to look for?
You're already doing well. Find me, please.
Right as she reaches out to Naomi one last time. She wakes up. Early light streams through her window. It's not bright enough to be real sunlight, but instead the soft blue hues of the dawn's rays illuminate the cramped room. Lying back down on soft pillows and thin sheets, Victoria stares at the ceiling with bleary eyes. Keep looking. What does that mean? She'll figure it out later in the morning. Day 2. Alright, no screwing around. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Popping the crick in her neck and readjusting her apron, Victoria tightens her jaw and makes her way to the checkout counter. The newfound fire in her steps does not go unnoticed by Ma, who's currently unlocking the glass doors of the store. You're up early. I slept pretty well last night. That's because you went to bed early. If you actually went to sleep when I tell you to, you'd be on time every day like Benji. In actuality, she kind of slept like shit. That dream kept playing in her head over and over again until its meaning hit her like a baseball bat to the forehead. Victoria needs to keep digging, learn more of the truth before it's too late. Exactly, Falcon, yes. Lying to Ma comes as easy as breathing to Victoria. It started off small, as everything does, maybe a little truth, stretching when she was a little girl to get Ma off her back for something. And before she knew it, Victoria didn't even hesitate to shovel falsities at her own mother. Dora! She looks away and at Benjamin. Oh, morning. Morning. The young man in question was dangling on the rungs of a stepladder at the moment, peering at the fluorescent lights with his dark eyes squinted. Is everything okay? Do you need my help? No, don't worry. I'll be down soon. It's these stupid lights. I know, right? Oh, what's wrong? It started flickering on and off last night. It was super annoying and gave me a headache. That's weird. We got them replaced last month. I know, we shouldn't be doing this already. Finding nothing that could have been causing the issue, Benjamin grumbles to himself and steps down from the ladder before folding it up. I'll put this away. Thanks for looking, at least. See? Benji takes control without being prompted. Yeah. You should do that more often. Everyone plasters a wide smile on their faces as the first customer of the day starts to make their way to the store. Hi, Vic. Hey, how's it going? Victoria pulls a slight smile and starts to punch the prices of everything Yukino brought up to the counter. A bag of beef stock flavored chips crinkles in her hands as she scans the barcode. How's the new summer school treating you? Oh, it's great. The English tea classes are so much better than our school. Yeah, that's good to hear. She was reminded of the classes that Yukino had shared with Victoria and Naomi last year. By some stroke of misfortune, the girl had been assigned to sit right between her and Naomi during the American history classes. As such, Yukino had kind of ended up becoming friends with both girls. Reminds me of when our English teacher gave out an exam that was worth like half our grade. What? Wolfie. And Naomi was first to figure out he still had the answers stapled in the back. Oh yeah. And when she was the only one to let the teachers know, right? Only after she used it and fudged enough of her answers to look innocent. The two of them laugh a bit at the shared memory. It's only after the laughter dies down that Yukino's expression falls and she starts to fiddle with the hem of her sleeve. I miss her. I really, really miss her. Yeah, me too. Okay, this isn't a time I wish I'm gonna be direct with her because I have a feeling. Have you seen her today? Well, might as well bite the bullet. Yukino's face crumples into a mixture of pity, confusion, and bewilderment. It's an expression that only flashes for a moment before she steadies her face, but her real thoughts written so plainly there make Victoria want to hide herself away. Huh? Well, not like talk to her or anything, just in general. She considers telling Yukino the truth, but Victoria knows that she showed up at the store yesterday, trust me, is a pretty flimsy statement at best. Oh, Vic, it's okay to move on, really. That's not why I'm asking, but you went out with the search parties for weeks. That's more than most of us ever did. Naomi wouldn't want this, would she? You don't know what she wants. I don't even know what she wants. And I can't even ask her because Naomi came back isn't... I guess you're right. Just humor me, though. You haven't seen her today, right? No, sorry. The hesitation... My answer is just to pull out your knife and stab them? Wow, what the fuck? The hesitation in Yukino's voice makes her pause, but she has a feeling that pressing further would only make her clam up. Yeah, that's what I thought. I miss her. Me too, Vic. Me too. Victoria finishes up with Yukino's purchases droning the final price to her. She gives her a gentle smile and pays up with a 20. Stay safe, alright? Okay. Yukino collects all of her items in a plastic bag and leaves. All Victoria can do is watch. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Young's convenience store. Oh god, it's you. Oh, hey! Didn't think you'd still be here. Yes, please. Oh, don't give me that look. I forgot something yesterday. Uma and her stomach issues, you got me? Well, at least Victoria would only have to deal with her for a little while. The less she interacted with Esther, the better. I don't know, I think we'll get to stabbing soon, Wolfie. She's not a bad kid, she's really not. The only problem is that dealing with Esther is exhausting, to say the least. Esther grabs a neon pink bottle of antacids and hucks it onto the counter. That's all we need. Good. As she starts to scan in the barcode for Esther's antacid, she can't but water. Okay, with her, I feel being indirect is the best way. Seen anything weird lately? In general, I mean. Oh, I'm glad you asked. Whoops. Victoria can already tell that was a mistake. Oh boy, here we go. Remember when I was at the quilting club a few days ago? Any attempt to get her to quiet down now is nearly instantly steamrolled. Point is, Auntie Qua told me all about the time her nephew was playing around in the woods during a visit last week, and he said he saw a huge bear. And like I said, he's actually starting. It's not really one to believe supernatural, but it seems like she believed him. His Uma tried to get him to settle down and tell him what really happened, but he stuck to his story. They couldn't get him to say whatever he thought was the truth. So, that's great, S. That's really cool to hear. Victoria makes sure the smile on her face is as fake as she can get it, with all teeth and nothing in the eyes. I know, right? Anyway, keep the change. I don't have any more room in my pockets. I'm glad you found everything you need, S. Have a wonderful day. I'm sure your Uma is waiting for you back home. All right, I get the message. Debating whether it's worth to have a good cry and nap in the break room, Victoria swings her arm with a too enthusiastic wave to shoo Esther away. She sinks her head into her hands and waits for the next customer. Good afternoon, Victoria. Oh, good afternoon, Miss, is that Xiao? I don't know how is that supposed to be pronounced? I know it's not Crow, because the Q has a different sound, but I don't know what the Q sound is. I'm terrible. I'm not gonna say quack! Somebody's gonna get offended! Pudding! Wait, that's Naomi's neighbor. She lives right next door to them. I remember that. Maybe she saw something? I should talk to her about Naomi. The two of them make brief small talk as Victoria brings up her items. There isn't much, just some boxes of green tea and cans of cat food. Should I be direct? Xiao. Chow? Thank you, crazy. Chow. That's how I'll pronounce it. I know, me too. You know what? Fuck it. Let her think I'm crazy. I don't know this old bitch. Have you seen Naomi? Today or yesterday or any point this week, I mean? Oh, Victoria. Mrs. Chow reaches out and gently places one wrinkled hand on the back of Victoria's own. I know you miss her, dear. We all do. That's not... I know it feels like it'll never get better, but time will heal your wounds. I felt the same way when my husband died. That's appreciated, but it's not really what I was talking about. I hope the pain eases for you soon, Victoria. I really do. Unsure if she should correct her, Victoria instead decides to hold her tongue. She knows Mrs. Chow means well, anyway. Thanks. You're welcome. If you ever want to talk to someone about it, I'll always lend an ear to you. Yeah, that means a lot to me. Finishing up with her transaction, Victoria gives Mrs. Chow a soft smile as she starts to back up the cat food and tea. Victoria, dear, can I ask you a favor? Sure, what's up? I haven't seen Mimi in a few days now. He's not an indoor kitty, and it's not like her to go wandering around town. She's not. Can you please just keep an eye out and let me know if you see Mimi? She has a white tail with black speckles on it, like little sesame seeds. Please don't hurt yourself trying to get her, though. Yeah, of course I will. Don't worry. I'll get Benji to pick her up if we see her. Thank you so much. You're a good child, Victoria. Don't forget that. A good meaty child, full of delicious nutrients. God, when was the last time Victoria actually heard that from Ma? She looks away and presses a hand against her mouth to hide the smile that curls her face. Have a good day, Miss Chow. Mrs. Chow. She meets the gaze of an employee from the mechanic shop. It takes her a second, but she remembers his name is Jing Hong. Sorry, Zhang? Hey, Zhang Hong, how's the shop going? Could be better. And you? Same as usual. Ever since she started working at the store, Victoria's respect for Zhang Hong has skyrocketed. She definitely wasn't prepared for the actual workforce experience, but to see Zhang Hong put double time at the mechanic shop really put her into perspective for her. I'm probably butchering that name too. I'm terrible. Is there a pronunciation guide anywhere? No, there's not. I am sorry, I am very white. That's no excuse, though. Falcon. I won't be in here for too long. I'm only here for some coffee. I haven't been able to sleep at all lately. Yeah, me either. What's keeping you up? What's keeping you up? The usual. Work and all that. Same here, then. Getting hit with overtime or something? I could say that. A lot of people came in yesterday because their cars all kind of popped all at once. Like exploded popped? Not to that extent, thank God. I mean, like, everyone all came in because their cars were running into all sorts of problems. Weird thing is, looking into it, it's all kind of the same problem. I know you don't know much about cars, but it's not something that can happen on accident. You're saying they did it to their cars on purpose? I don't think so. I think someone cut fuel and brake lines. Her dad's car was the same thing. All clean cuts. Can't think of anyone who'd want to do this, but I don't know. Shit's going crazy in the shop right now. Can't really talk much about it. God, that is crazy. I wish I knew what to say to you, man. It's fine. Honestly, I'm glad I'm not going insane here. When I say I haven't been able to sleep lately, I do mean it. Work slammed us big time because of it. Oh yeah, I totally get that. Victoria finishes getting Jing Hong's coffee and rattles off the total. Have a good one, man. You too. Who could have done that to our cars? Who'd want to? Victoria! Yeah? Ma sprints up to the counter, shoving a plastic garbage bag in her face. It's stuffed to the brim and on the verge of bursting open. The innards sound like they're sloshing around in some unholy liquid brew. Someone knocked over a trash can in the store. Take this out to the bin. Yeah, sure. Get Benji on cashier duty. Hurry up! Not wanting to incur the wrath of her mother for taking too long to fulfill a request, Victoria heaves the bag up in both hands and bustles to the dumpster. She never liked going there, since she had to cut through the break room in a rather tedious trek. But in the end, Victoria swallows her grumbling and yanks the door to the alleyway open. Phoenix! I know, Mom's a bitch. It's starting to get dark out. Her main source of light are the golden hues of the street lamps that hang over her head. With one wobbling arm, she heaves up the metal lid. What's even in this thing? Rocks? Wait. Was that Mom? Victoria! Victoria jolts as the bag drops into the dumpster. She rolls around on a heel, coming face to face with Naomi. The expression on her face is... it's unreadable. It's a Karen haircut. Huh? I don't think we should see each other anymore. Damn! Huh? Bitch, I've seen you overall 15 minutes in the past 2 days since 6 months ago. What kind of lame ass? It's better for you and me. I mean, I'm never gonna see you again after this week. It's probably better for us both if we part ways now. Naomi, why? Why now? Why this? I was thinking to myself, it's better if we forget each other here. I don't want to hurt you any longer. No matter what she tries to say, Naomi's empty gaze bores holes straight into her soul. Everything Victoria works up the courage to ask simmers back down into nothingness, with one look into Naomi's eyes. So that's it? We're going to say goodbye and leave? Yes. It's easier to let go of one another the earlier we try. I'll miss you. Of course I will. She has nothing to say. What can Victoria say anyway? Naomi so swiftly cut their bond apart with a few words, there seems like there's absolutely nothing she can do to convince her otherwise. I'm glad you understand. Was it something I did or said? Luke, please, you can tell me if I did anything wrong. I promise I won't get mad. It wasn't. And that's it. As if saying goodbye to a schoolmate for the summer. The two of them part ways. But there's something so final in her words. Well, I'll see you one day, I guess. Probably not. Yeah, she's right. Victoria knows deep down she's never going to see Naomi again. Ever. Oh, did I get an ending already? The days blur together after that. Victoria falls into a gray, suffocating routine. Wake up, go to work, lie in her bed, remember the good times she had with Naomi, sleep, repeat. The end of the week is no different. That day she gets off the night shift she asked for, and with her exhausted limbs feeling heavy, she crawls into her bed. But as she awakens from unsettling dreams, the last thing she sees is the glint of a knife held by dear little Naomi. What? When the morning arrives, the Huang family wakes up to see Victoria's headless corpse lying in a sea of her own blood. Dead End 1, Untold Truth. It's because I asked about Naomi! Take that, mother! Will you save your place in the unfortunate week? Holy shit. Oh, it's just, we got an ending. Fuck! Okay, I can't just, okay, I said I was only gonna do one end, but I can't just leave it there! Shit! Okay, can I do the skip? Tell me there's a skip function for this. Okay, Dora, you wanted gore. It did. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pick some different choices this time. What happened to you? Oh shit, stop skipping, stop! Fuck. Shit. Lou, what happened to you? Naomi blinks in response. Huh? You go off the deep end after everything that happened, and then you call me at 3 in the morning rambling about how they're coming, and then you and your mom just vanished for months. We had search parties going every night, and then you up and show up completely out of nowhere. Victoria's shaking again as everything spills out before she can filter herself. We were all worried sick about you both. Everyone here in Bridge Creek, not just me. I had to stop watching the local news. I stayed up until I'm passing out listening to it in case I heard they found your body in a ditch somewhere. I just want to know what happened to you, that's all. Why'd you have to go, huh? Even Benji told me you guys are probably dead at this point. I know, it's sucking you in. She bites the inside of her mouth to chase away the tears in her eyes. Just anything, please, tell me anything. I'm really sorry, Vic. Things have been... they've been a bit of a mess at home. I get that, I really do. I should have told you before we left, but after everything that happened, Mom and I went to stay with some relatives for a while. We just couldn't be in the house. I have to admit, though, it really did us some good. Victoria breathes a sigh of relief. If she's being perfectly honest, anything is better than the trembling, paranoid, grieving shell of a girl her friend had become. Yeah, it kind of shows. You look good. A smile creeps along Naomi's face as she leans forward, staring down her soup. Thank you. You couldn't have shot us a text, though? Like, just anything so we didn't think you guys had been kidnapped or murdered or something like that? Lou, I'm really not trying to be mean. It's, well... The words fail to come to her. No, I'm sorry, remember. No, I get it, I do. I shouldn't have dipped out like that. But I can't stay for long. I'm leaving again soon. Victoria. The color drains from her face. What? Okay, where we are, back to where we were. Okay, we get in a week, that's it. Okay. See, I can't skip because... Actually, I'll skip the old-fashioned way. It's a bit too spicy for me, yeah. Like, we didn't even get to Act 2! We died in Act 1! God damn it! Yeah, we already went through all this. See, I thought it was gonna be like a visual novel, Yeah, why do I feel like something's wrong? Well, let's try that one. Why do I feel like something's wrong? What do you mean? He looks up from his coffee, eyebrows furrowed as the age lines on his face become more prominent. I don't know, something just feels wrong. I met someone at the store last night and I've been thinking about it all day. Hey, just remember, the security office is just a few feet away. If you need me to deal with someone, I'm right there. If they come back and they make you uncomfortable, you can tell me or Benji and we'll get them out. We'll help you tell your mother, too. Oh, it's not that kind of creep, but thanks anyway. It really means a lot to me. Of course. What happened, then? I think I saw it. Oh, jeez, here comes your mother. Okay. So that's new. And here comes the golden child. Okay, I think it's because, like, she told me don't mention anything. And then the first thing I did is I mentioned something. Okay, you know what? This time, I'm just gonna leave it. Victoria bites her tongue, quite literally, as she realizes as she unclenches her jaw and releases it.
Emotional, damn it!
Wolfie. Uh-huh. The two girls finish up their transaction as Esther jabbers on and on. Victoria stares into space, mentally debating the pros and cons of telling a customer to shut up. My timing was off. Benjamin's face is unreadable. Maybe he's holding back the urge to clock Esther too. She doesn't blame him. Actually, you know my neighbor, Mrs. Chow? I bet you $10 she saw something real bad before they left. Huh? She perks up at the mention of Mrs. Chow. Wait, that's right. She lives next door to them. She would have seen something last night if Naomi or Cassandra showed up there. Yeah, just ask her. Right, will do. Do you want to pay in cash or credit? Maybe it'll give me an option for the next time. Oh, cash works fine. No receipt, no bag. Have a good day. Esther slides the cash over and takes a bag of candy at this point. Takes the bag. Proud of you, Vic. For what? Not blowing your lid on Esther. I know how much restraint it took this time. Yeah, thanks. All she could think about is Esther's comment about Mrs. Chow. Sure, it was one born out of Esther's usual desire to stir up some trouble, but if Victoria played her cards right the next time Mrs. Chow came in... Ma's footsteps became more and more audible to Victoria. She sprints over to the cashier section. Folks, okay, yes. This is where she, hey, you know, I need help moving stuff, but it wasn't her. Okay, actually, we're gonna save right here, too. Probably should have saved. Naomi. You really came back. Of course I did, just like I said. Right, of course. Can I go right away? We can hang out here for a bit. Maybe once you have a shift, we could drop for dinner with it. No! Don't tell anyone it's here, yeah. Why? Why? We all want to see you again, that's all. Even if it's for a week, it's still better than nothing. Do you really want to get everyone's hopes up? You really want to let everyone think Mom and I are here to stay and then we pack up and leave again? At least it'd give us all closure. Harrowing guilt fills Victoria's brain as Naomi's expression falls. She looks away from her, blue eyes breaking contact with dark gray. I'm sorry, that was rude of me. It's okay. Can we not talk about this? I really don't want to think about it now. Just as quickly as she tried to pry further, Victoria shut down without so much as a second thought. She looks back down at the counter she's standing behind. Okay, we already knew that one, yeah. The news. A man was eaten, ha ha ha. Ah, I ate him, he was delicious. Welcome back, Dora. We already died. But now, what's with you right now? Is everything okay? What's with you right now? Hmm? You never... Oh, yeah, we already asked that one. I should change the subject. Oh, well. Yeah, we're playing... This is our second play. I know I said we'll only do one ending, but I gotta see if we can at least get a semi-okay ending. Or at least make it to Act 2. Yeah, don't tell anyone about her. Okay. Yeah, I could, yeah, that's why I saved it, that point. I could load beforehand, but it's whatever. Okay, more Naomi dreams.
Find me.
Day 2. The day we died. Get to the bottom of this. Okay, yep, we already did all this. Actually, I should probably do another save here. Okay, we got the flickering light. It's weird, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, Hey, Felix. Oh, wait. Who the fuck is this? This is no! This is no! This is no! Hey, Felix, how you doing? Could be worse. I'm waiting for that shipment of the series I like to come in. Did another one get lost in the mail? Yeah, it's stupid, too. Like, how do you lose 30 pounds of books? Yeah! Victoria nods along and sighs in exasperation at the thought, commiserating with her classmate. Felix has always been a bit of a bookworm, especially for anything sci-fi related. Not that she's judging him or anything crazy. If anything, she's impressed at how quickly he can rip through an entire series. Someone has a crush. Besides, she can respect it. These days, she doesn't read nearly as much as she should. Between Huang's convenience store and Naomi's disappearance, she really hasn't had the energy to really sit down and read. Even perusing her old Traveler's Guide to this country or that area magazines feel like a mental chore. Are they seriously? I didn't know that! Felix places down a bowl with the steamed custard with steamed custard on the counter next to it. Ooh, do we say something or leave it? I like that that's random. That's really cool. Like, I'm not gonna be direct. I know for this playthrough I'm not being direct at all, but should I be indirect or just say nothing? You know what? I'm gonna say nothing. It's like indirect. Indirect is less sus. Okay, you know, we saved, it's okay. This used to be This used to be Naomi's favorite. Yeah, I remember at one point when we were like 12 and the bakery ran out of them and she tried to barter with me for mine. Really? I hadn't heard that one before. What'd you say? I told her she could have it, but she'd owe me one after that. We, never got to that point before. It still hurts so much to think of her like that. Naomi was always more than a face on a missing persons poster, but sometimes it feels like that's all she'd be remembered by. Okay, back, hello. I bet she knows. But then hearing Felix talk about her like she was still here in a way, like she wasn't missing. She's only away for a trip. Makes the pain ease a little bit. Sometimes I see someone and I think it's her. Honestly, it happened again earlier today. Wait, huh? Yeah. While I was walking down here, I think I saw her, or someone who looks like her anyway. It was weird, too. She's kind of looking at her hands like this. Here, Felix places his hands palm up near his face and exaggerates a looking down gesture at them. Whoa. Look at my hands. They can touch anything but themselves. Oh, yeah, so he's real then. Phoenix. And kept flexing his fingers like she didn't know what to do with them.
Get some help.
Flexing her fingers like she didn't know what to do with the Dora. That's a Futurama quote, thank you very much. Don't quote me on that, though. I didn't really get a good look at her face, so it could have been someone else. Oh, that is weird. Did you talk to her about it? Nah. By the time I thought about it and turned around, she was already gone. That doesn't feel right at all. What could she be up to? You're a goober. Thank you, Wolfie. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, of course. Pulling herself back into that calm farce, she puts the cash payment into the register as Felix grabs the bread and soda. Have a good day, Felix. Hope your books show up soon. Thanks. I hope so too. Oh, I didn't know that, Crazy. That's really cool. I miss her, even though she's here in a weird way. Look, oh god, it's you. Oh, hey! Do you think you still be here? Yes, S. So we need... Wait, whoa, shit. Shit, no! God damn it! I hit enter when I didn't mean to. That's my bad. Looks like it defaults to a choice. Dora! Wait. We didn't get a visitor that morning. What? So it's random that you don't even get one? Oh, here it is. Okay, it's him again. What's keeping you up? Yeah. So he talks about the car. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought she was like a set one. That's kind of cool, though. Hey, it's back to Felix. Okay, you know what? I'm okay with this. Fuck Esther. Busybody. Yeah, indirect. Dora. Because how are you using it to mock me? That's really cool that it's random encounters like that.